We're hanging out in the lovely lounge of Frontier Developments here at E3, finding out about a game that's been sort of, I guess people have been waiting for this for such a long time. Finally came to fruition through the help of Kickstarter, and here we are at E3, the biggest stage of all. You're showing off Elite Dangerous, Playable. What's it like to come here with this project? Such a anticipated game.
For me personally, it's incredibly. I'm really proud to be here, to be part of Elite, and to be working on a game like this. It's really exciting and really just proud to be here to get the feedback from players and respective press guys. It's awesome. It's amazing, really amazing stuff.
I'm sure you're getting a lot of backers coming by as well. And you even have some backers here helping out.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have 3 of our backers. We're calling them ambassadors, and they're here just to help us out, demoing the game, evangelizing the game, talking about it, and walking you guys through the game as well. So yeah.
Obviously, a little bit different to interview about a game where the development process is so public in a way that it's not like you're revealing anything that's totally secret here at E3. You're showing off stuff, you're showing where you're at, but it's really an open process, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely. With Kickstarter, as you mentioned before, it's been an open process with the backers. We've had some fantastic feedback from them. It's been a fantastic process, particularly with the alpha guys in the previous stages. We've just moved into beta now, so we're bound to get the same kind of fantastic feedback from those guys as well. It's just been an actual joy to work with them. We're all on the same page. We're making a game that we want to play, and we're making a game that they want to play as well. So we're all, a nice cohesive group of people that are just working on a game that we all really want to play.
So one thing that struck me when I hit up the galaxy map is just, it's so abstract, that number, 4 billion or whatever it is. But when you see it in actuality and you just zoom into different areas of space and you see the number of systems that's there, it's just...
I had the same thing, even working on the project as close as I am, I had the same thing when I had my first experience with the galaxy map, and you start off zoomed in your kind of, your little bubble, and then you just zoom out with the mouse wheel a couple of times, and suddenly there's the Milky Way there. And every star you can click on, and every star has a name, and every star has some information, and then of course in the game you'll then eventually, if you can get there, go and explore and find out what's there. It's stunning. It really is. 400 billion stars, Go and create your story in the game, in the Milky Way.
I suppose that's what puts pressure on the procedural system to make sure that all of that is sort of meaningful gameplay for the players. And can you tell us a little bit about what's gone into sort of creating the tools behind the scenes that really power the experience?
Well, it's all based on our own in-house tech. Cobra is the engine that it works on, and then its associated tools. So we have a long history of working with that engine, so it's in a very mature state, which is part of the reason why it works so well with the game now. And it powers all of our games from RCT3, Rollercoaster Tycoon 3, all the way up to Elite Dangerous. So the tools were there ready to provide all the different teams, such as the coders, the designers, the artists, to provide everything that we need them to do for the game, from the art assets to the design of the scenarios that you see in the kind of the testing phase that we're in at the moment, and then building forward to what may or may not be in the galaxy. I can't give too many secrets away, but yeah, it's all there for the exploring, and we're really excited about people finding out what's out there. There's already the First Great Expedition, which is a team of people on the forums that are already trying to collect a group of people together, so that when the game's released, they've got a spread of disciplines, from freighters to fighters to escorts and things like that, and then try to plot how far around the galaxy they can get. So it's exciting stuff to see that emergent kind of gameplay coming from our game. Here's the Milky Way, here's a ship, here's some tools, go and find out what you can do. And these guys have really taken on board with that. So
yeah, I mean, that's really the fantasy of the sort of space flight sort of exploration game. That's really at the core of it. To see it, to map it out, to be sort of new frontiers sort of thing.
Push the boundaries. And that's just one kind of aspect of the game. Obviously there's the trading side of it, there's the combat side of it, there's the exploration. it's anything, and it's not just one career path. It's whatever you want to do on the day that you're playing. Maybe one day you're a pirate, and then maybe the next day you want to be a bounty hunter. You have to clean up your act. You have to pay off your fines. You have to try and show that you're a changed person. But it's freedom to do what you want to do in the game.
Is that something that sort of separates you from something like, say, EVE Online, where you're perhaps a little bit more locked into sort of a role and sort of a greater universe in that sense? It's more of a more freedom perhaps for the player to sort of carve their own way?
Yeah, I mean, EVE Online also has its own kind of stories coming out of it. I find it fascinating to read some of them. I find it really, I almost get a real buzz from reading all the stories that come out of that. Obviously, we're slightly different in terms of the game. We're both set in space, of course. We both control ships, but obviously with ours, you're inside the ship. There's a bit more of a deeper connection with you and your ship. So it's slightly different, but great for all-round people that want to play simulators in space.
And I gotta say, I played it now with Oculus Rift and the sort of full sticks and everything.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, for someone who's not used to flight sticks, I found it almost easier to play it that way than with a controller. Sort of felt very natural to play it like that, and just the feedback that the Oculus Rift gives, it's like, this kind of game is the killer app for virtual reality, in my opinion.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it works really well with VR. It's not obviously the only way that you can play it. You can play it with all types of displays and flight sticks, from mouse and keyboard to Xbox 360 control pads on the PC to flight sticks. It's just a game that lends itself to all these kind of new technologies that we as Frontier like to try and be on the very forefront with in supporting. That it's working now, so yeah.
Such an amazing thing, yes, to look around the cockpit, see your arms moving, see the heads-up displays in place on the side, working that. It just adds something extra to it.
Yeah, I think your enthusiasm for how you're talking about the game shows everything we need. It's a great experience to be in there in Oculus. So it's fantastic. Yeah, it works. It lends itself very well to VR, I think.
So obviously, you are working on the game. It's not done. You're sort of building it as you speak. What's the roadmap ahead now? So if you look forward a little bit and see what's going on.
So we have a few more beta releases coming up, a few more features that we'll be throwing in there, and then obviously we've got lots of optimizations and bug fixing and things like that. And then in the sort of mid-distant future, we've obviously got expansion packs that we've already briefly spoken about previously on different press releases and Kickstarter and things like that, with such things as planetary landings and moving around your ship, getting out of your cockpit, all those sorts of things. So it's kind of, it's sort of like a constant evolution of Elite Dangerous as such. We'll release the game, but then there's so much more to come in the future.
It's an interesting approach, and I guess it's sort of a nice thing as well for the team to know that you're not just working towards a specific date. This is a long-term thing. Yeah. Hopefully that will keep on going for many, many years.
There's so much to come from the game that, as I said before, so many more different aspects of what you haven't seen already with getting out of your ship and all those sorts of things, that it just lends itself to continual expansion. So there's still lots to come. There's so much already released, there's so much you can already play, but there's still quite a lot more to come as well. So it's really exciting times.
Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome. Thank you for coming and playing.
Confirming receipt. Pleasure doing business with you.